G'day, welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd come out from behind the camera because I've been doing a lot behind the camera, and you're probably wondering who your host is. It's Michael. Now I'm actually going to explain the new extension to the layout. You would have seen in this area here is where the track went around, where you saw the green shed. It was sitting about here, that nighttime shot you saw. So now that got dismantled, and now I have ended up with industrial yard where you can bring in wheat trains and depart. You can have 3-car loading with a 3-level car carrier or 2-level, and a container area loading. So that's what all this is here, and that's going to be your. I'll just zoom in. Triple deck car loading on that line, and zoom out, and where the wheat silos are, that's going to be a wheat unloading, and mainly it is because it's the feedback to the wharf area. It used to be across here. Now you're looking at a new township where the tracks used to circle. One went around and two joined onto these 2 tracks here, and one went into the tunnel, and the other one came around, and that one crossed the old branch line and went up the gradient to land up onto the top level. It's still there, it's just a lot different. And explaining the township, is going to be a pub, Hill Toe. There's going to be a deli here, butcher, a Chinese restaurant, toilet, tennis court, camping site here, another toilet block, and a pool. And this is a spare space here. Have to watch this gap. You might be asking the wire phone here. That's going to be a lookout here and a roadway down. That's so you can come from the middle level. I'll explain the upper piece later, and you'll be able to go. It's a bi-directional line. The one you can see in the background is here, the single one on its own. That's another one for bi-directional, or whichever way the cars are coming, or trucks. Now, getting back to the article, we're talking about where the grain silos you saw in a couple of previous shots. Here's the wharf that got cut down, section cut, and it got relocated to this location next to the main control panel. Part of the extension, doing the new with the old, I actually had to get a new control panel built because the other one had reached its use. So this one's got a lot more options what you can do with this one. I'll just zoom in now. And that's your track diagram for this level. Now I'm showing you a front-on view of what the track diagram looks like for this level. The item you're looking at the moment, it's a light switch what you would use in a house. Why is it there? It saves hopping underneath the layout at the PowerPoint. It's just at the back in there on the wall, and so that's so I can turn the layout on and off. Now I'm going to zoom in to my wheat field. It was dead with static grass, and that's where you'll see the wall, and that's where the gradient comes up from the middle level here, in that in between cutting. I'm using a remote control, so if you see me go jump around with that, I'm still getting used to using a remote control on the camera, the camcorder. Now I'm panning out, and now you'll ask me, what is the hole in the layout? That will be a turntable going in there, and behind the toilet roll is a semaphore signal. It's just to protect it while doing this very large layout extension. So I thought you'll want to see the bit more rock face what I did around the turntable area. So I'll just zoom back out again. You will notice all the trees and scenery has been put away while I do the layout extension and overhaul. That's so I don't damage any of the trees. The tunnel mouths are sitting on top of the tunnels due to the track underneath had to get lowered due to running double stack containers. So I had to take them out, otherwise the heights, I'll have to get some wagons come down and to test the height before gluing the tunnel mouths back in. You're all going to ask me, oh, how's the farm going? That's been put on hold due to all because the whole layout had to be rewired, and the track had to be, some of it had to be realigned due to it wasn't going to match up into the new section. So it's all been fully relayed using new and existing track. Again, underneath the toilet rolls there is the target signals. before I didn't explain what is actually going to be going in this area. It's going to be a Fella SO service station, and here is going to be one of those lifelike Kentucky Fried Chicken. Here is going to be a roundabout, and I'm putting in one of those Fella car systems. Now I'm going to show you the car system where it's going to go. In between I'll show you some other items as well along the way. So what we've got here is got a park here, got the church here, the church car park and a small garden, a cottage, a road, and I've just put the tunnel mouth there to show how this is going to sit and go into a tunnel. So that's going to look like that. I'm just sitting it there, that's so the tunnel mouth doesn't get broken. And this is where the car system is going to go along. There's going to be a group of shops here, a footpath, some trees and some other soil. Now I'm actually going to say now what I'm actually going to be putting in these areas are going to be 2 Wolfers houses, driveway, carport and road in and out, apartment blocks, and a 2-storey house. I'm still using, I've put in all the static grass, I checked all the bases first and drew it all out, but I'm going to put it all. And there's going to be a fountain here as well. I've put in part of the flowers and garden at the moment. Now back to where we started from with the township, and this is where the car system will come along here. It goes in here, circles around, comes around here, and circles back on itself. So where you saw the yellow foam back there, it's going to be a loop-to-loop car system. There will be a set of traffic lights in this area here. This view is to give you an overall view of the layout and the room. And the extra noises you're hearing are the split system air conditioner cutting in and out. This is showing the other end of the room, looking into from the old to the new section. Another thing I'm actually going to talk about too is how I get into the room. Is using the small lift up bridge through the door, and it's a 2-level bridge. You've got a track going across the top, and below going to be 2 tracks down below, and it's a lift up bridge using kitchen hinges. Thank you for watching. Please ask any questions if you have any. Thank you for watching the layout update.